One. Yo, 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 what's going on, everybody? It's your friendly neighborhood wrestling content creator and digital media champion, BJ Dixon, and we are here to talk about MLW Fusion. First of all, you are now plugged into the Power Star, so thank you guys for tuning in and rocking with us today. Listen, today, our guest is none other than Eric Knight from the Exclusive Nights podcast and my brother, Aaron Loves Wrestling. It's good to have you back, Aaron, as always. Man, listen, we're going to go ahead and get this into this MLW Fusion. So, our first match of the night was a match between, let's see, was a four-way match for the MLW Middleweight Championship, which featured Kushida, Templario, Allen Angels, and Ishimori from New Japan Pro Wrestling. To me, it was a very high octane bout. A lot of great offense in this match. Very intense match. Really enjoyed it. Ishimori and Kushida had a great exchange of strikes throughout that match, and all four men just they tried everything in their arsenal to put each other down, and like nobody gave up at all during that match.
Yeah.
And Templario had a great showing. Everybody had their own specific spots in this match, so I really, really enjoyed it. Um, and then I was obviously Kushida wins by pinfall, even though it was a roll up, and Kushida also took Templario's match at the end of the match as well. So I'm gonna give this match an 8 out of 10 lightning bolts, and that's the rating for the match. What do you guys think about? What you got to think about the match and what are your ratings?
Yeah, man. I would probably give this one an 8.5, maybe a 9 out of 10. I like the work that Kushida's doing. I think him as a heel, man, he's really good. One thing I noticed, man, everybody loved to rip the mask off of everybody. I said, man, come on, why we doing this? This shouldn't be being a thing.
Exactly.
But again, great match. I love how Kushida was trying to sneak the pin in, even with the ropes. And like Mystico was like trying to say, it was a really good match. Like I really enjoyed that match. Great way to start the show. Alan Angels, man, I really like this dude. I really like Alan Angels. Um, he hasn't won anything yet, so I'm looking forward to see what he does soon. But yeah, overall, give it an 8.5 lightning bolts out of 10.
All right, Aaron, what you think, brother?
Oh, this was a great match right here. I enjoyed this four-way match. I was really wanting Templario to win, but unfortunately he fell short. But I love the back and forth of this match. A lot of great spots, and yeah, I agree that everybody's wanting to rip the mask off every time. But for Templario, it's like, man, can't catch a break. Uh,
Yeah.
at first, I was like, man, are they gonna reveal his identity? Is he gonna go maskless?
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a great match. I will go one up on that one because this was my favorite match of the show. 9 out of 10 for me.
Okay. Okay.
So yeah, this four way was great, and I can't wait for Fantasco Mania with MLW. It's gonna be a great show.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. And speaking of Fantastica Mania, we also had a match announced for Fantastica Mania with Killer Cross and Kojima. But we'll
Yeah.
get to that later. We'll get to that a little later. But we had some video presentations in this episode of MLW Fusion as well. We had another cryptic message from the Serpent, which I'm
Sus.
I am so intrigued to see who this person is because the backstory seems like that they're an MLW original from what it seems. So I'm wondering who it's gonna be.
The serpent. That name alone is low key kind of crazy. Yeah, I don't know. I've been kind of wondering that myself, but it might be a big surprise. It might be somebody we I'm pretty sure somebody we probably know. Um, but yeah, I'm kind of just waiting on it. But I like it though. I like the idea that they're bringing right now with it.
Yeah, I really like this as well. At first, I was thinking it could have been Bo Dallas, Uncle Howdy, but he's never wrestled at MLW. So now I'm wondering who else it
Yeah.
could be. Maybe to me, I think it's got to be one of those recent WWE releases that we've had after WrestleMania. Because right now,
Hmm.
I think this week or next week, their 90 days are up. Which I didn't even think I didn't not know they had the 90 days intact because it was they kind of uh, walked away from the contracts because they didn't want to take
Mm-hmm.
the pay bump.
Yep.
So
Mm-hmm.
that's what I'm wondering who this, if it's one of them, uh, maybe Joe Gacy, Samuel Shaw. Um, let's see who else. Eric Rowan. I mean,
Oh yeah.
I'm
Oh
wondering if it's one of
yeah.
them, but I'm not sure if any of them wrestled in MLW. So it's going to be a big surprise, I think, and a lot of eyes going to that MLW, especially with Killer Cross as the world champion, and got Shotzi there now, and they're getting a lot of star power to draw the viewers. It keeps going up on YouTube, so that's really cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. Yeah. So we also saw that. Let's see. We saw another video presentation for Kojima, and he was traveling
That was
around
funny.
South Carolina. That I ain't gonna lie. Kojima is one of my favorite wrestlers, and I like the character work in MLW. Like this man will make you laugh. Like he just be doing random stuff. Like he was taking took a picture with a fan randomly. I
Oh
mean,
yeah, yeah,
I was very intrigued by that. And then
yeah.
plus he was just walking around South Carolina as if he just knew where he was. So I'm very very entertained by Kojima and his segments. What you guys think about that segment?
It was fun. I mainly more if anything, it was funny. But yeah, I think this is good though, especially for MLW. Like they need, it's good that they're using their media and they're using their, other forms to like kind of let wrestlers know and the wrestling businesses that hey, look, we can create some vignettes, we can create some stories, we can create like some characters. So yeah, I love it. I love what they're doing. 100%.
What you think, Aaron?
Yeah, I thought this was a really good presentation. I agree. I'm starting to like him more as well, and curious to see with him and Killer Cross what they do and how they throw down the ring. That would be a great match, and we'll see if he wins the world championship. I don't know. I don't see Cross losing yet, but you never know.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
I hope he don't lose it. Yeah, I don't think he will, but.
yeah. I don't think
Like you
he's
said,
losing
Aaron, we'll
that.
see. Because nowadays, we ain't think Barrett, we would have never thought we'd seen Bishop Dyer back in WWE. And look what happened 2 weeks ago. So I definitely get that.
Yeah,
Hey
yeah.
man, hey, money talks. So
Yeah, you
never
right.
know. Never know.
So, so then we go into the next video presentation, which was Killer Cross answering Kojima's challenge. He said, "You know what? Just sign the dotted line. I'll face you whenever." So
Yeah,
we're gonna have a contract signing between Kojima and Killer Cross next week, and I'm expecting some serious energy from Kojima. Cause I don't think that I think that Cross is going to take him very seriously, and I'm 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 excited to see what that match is going to look like.
yeah,
Which what you guys think?
Yeah, I agree with Killer Cross and Kojima. I think they're going to have a really great contract signing. Might even be some shenanigans going on. Maybe somebody going through a table. Uh, we'll see. Maybe it'll just be a traditional signing, or maybe somebody crashes the party. Maybe somebody will interfere and want to insert themselves in this match. Maybe become a three-way match. We'll see. I don't know, but I think it'll be really good. And I like Killer Cross MLW. I really do. I really for longest I was wanting to see him AEW, but now I just want to see him stay in MLW. Just keep growing that brand and being the face of the company, and just keep waving that flag for MLW. I like that they have Scarlett as well wrestling. I hated that WWE didn't pretty much allow her to wrestle at all. Really, because she is really good in the ring. and I'm glad that she got to that she gets to wrestle in the show, and she's going to be even challenging for the women's world championship. So that'd be interesting to see both of them as champs, MLW
Okay.
champ and MLW women's world champ.
Aaron, you're a very wise guy because the next segment that we're gonna talk about
Just saw the future.
is is the Shotzi Blackheart graveyard shift segment. So
Yeah,
we
that was
had
cool.
that. We had this. Not now. Normally, guys, we have the pictures, but we're not on StreamYard today. But I'm gonna describe the same to you anyway. Um, but Scarlett, she wants a championship match against Shotzi. She's been racking up win after win after win. And after some not so nice words between the two of them, Lady Frost comes out.
Yeah,
Now,
very
what I
random.
what I found very interesting is that she left AEW and now she is under I think dual contract with MLW and CMLL, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, is she
So
really? That's kind of crazy.
yes,
But she could
um,
still show up in AEW with the
yes,
partnerships they got, so it's not too big a
yes,
deal.
yeah. So um, I'm very very intrigued because Chelsea says she's gonna face both of them. So I'm thinking it's gonna be a
Yeah.
three way. I
Yeah, yeah,
think it's
it's
gonna be
definitely
a
gonna
three
be a
way.
three-way. Definitely three-way. I thought she was gonna have them compete each other, but I said, huh, what am I thinking? I gotta take the glasses off at this point. But I like how she did it. I like how she said, you. I'll face both. I said, all right, Shotzi, you got it, 100%. But I like Scarlett though. I think Scarlett's really great too, as well in the ring and on the mic. Um, I did want it to be a little bit longer because I actually enjoyed the segment, but I'm all good with it. I think for the most part, they definitely did what they were supposed to do, set up the match for next week, and I think they did a great job with it.
Yeah, I think they did a good job setting up the next match for Shotzi. I was kind of concerned with her being in the contract mark that she was just going to fade into the background, but now that she is on a good little roll in terms of how everything is going with her championship run, I'm honestly glad that that they are booking her in a good, consistent manner. So
Yeah.
I'm very very impressed by that. And then we had our main man Diego Hill sitting on the steps.
Miles Morales at this point. I
This
said,
man,
yo, Diego. I was
this
upset
man,
with him. Like he
yeah,
doubted himself.
this man out here having a crisis of life. I'm like,
Yeah, the
and
quarter. I call it a quarter life crisis. I think he was about like one in his early 20s. I
yeah,
said, "Come on,
yeah,
Diego, pick yourself up, get up." But I like what Mystico was telling him. He's like, your time is coming. It's coming close. I like that exchange that they did. In Espanol. I loved it. I loved it with those
yes,
guys, man. Really
yes,
inspiring for Diego Hill, man. I like
yes.
Diego. He doing his
And
thing.
for him to have the stamp of so many legends in the business, it's sort of telling me like what his trajectory is really looking like in terms of his value in the wrestling world. But Aaron, what do you think, man?
Oh, I love Diego and Mystico. I love this kind of mentorship that he's doing with them, and Diego. I think he's the future of professional wrestling. He's the future of MLW for sure. I can see him winning some gold there, and heck, who knows? He might even can show up in AEW. He's a really great wrestler, and I like when they talk in Spanish. The subtitles are there. That helps very much. Uh, so uh, I this was a really good segment. I like the teacher student
Yeah.
part of it,
Yes,
and
yes,
I like how that Diego's getting coached because I really
yeah,
did do enjoy him, and like I said, he's going to be a big part of MLW in the future, and maybe even CML as well.
yep. So not only did we have that, but when we move on to the next match, and we see LeBron Cozone face off against
Huh.
Manny Lowe,
Yeah.
Soulfly Manny Lowe. Now, And you didn't know, we were in Charleston, South Carolina. Now, I don't know if this was a joke on the two guys. So I'm like, these guys are from Greensboro, North Carolina.
Yeah.
They're not. They're from. So this was a clash of the two Carolina boys. And this was just a all around powerhouse showcase for LeBron Cozone.
Yeah,
Now,
it
yeah,
was.
did Manny get some hits in? Yes, but this was ultimately a match, ultimately for LeBron. So I, I I was very impressed by LeBron's offense. And they continue to um draw this idea that Tay Long is seeing a lot of potential in LeBron Cozone. I could see potentially LeBron turning heel and Teddy becoming his manager at some point. Like that could be something very, very good for LeBron. Um, but I'm very intrigued to see what may happen. What y'all think?
Yeah, yeah, I agree. Um, First of all, yeah, I liked I like SoFly. For me, I think he's like a combination of Kevin Knight with like his demeanor, and of
Hmm.
course, Moose said probably like Javon and Kevin Knight put together.
Right?
But I like what they're doing. I like what they're doing with them. And especially with LeBron Cozone, hey man, that guy. It's something when he hits that bottom rope off of a just like jumping the bottom rope and doing. I'm like, bruh, you're too big for that size, but it looks good when you do it. So yeah, 100%.
And what you think?
Yeah, this was a really good match here. I also enjoyed this match. LeBron's really cool. I really liked him. Not LeBron James, but LeBron Cozone. Uh, but yeah, LeBron Cozone.
Okay.
Yeah, no. I like LeBron. Respect. But LeBron
Okay.
Cozone, he's a really good wrestler, and I love this match between with these two. And I think LeBron's going to be a future in professional wrestling as well. He's well, especially MLW. I mean, this is they could really build around this guy, especially in with the MLW World Championship. You can get in there with Killer Cross and shine there. Maybe win the title. I really like
Yeah.
his in ring work, his character work. So I decided to follow him on all the socials. Kind of keep up with him because he's really good and it's great to see his new talents. It's great to see his new wrestlers on all these other promotions and get to see what's out there and who's new and coming up. And I think LeBron's one of them. He's gonna go places.
Okay. Great. 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 I'm gonna go ahead and give my lightning bolt rating for this match. The rating I have for this match is 7 out of 10 lightning bolts. That was just a is a decent match for Manilow
Squash.
and for LeBron Cozone. So get that quick little rating for that. But also, guys, we saw our main event of the evening. But
Yeah.
before now,
That was a shock.
now I wasn't expecting Bishop Dyer to pull a
Right.
Rick Rude and be on one station one day and be on another station the next.
Or like a Stephanie Valkyrie. Remember she did that? She
Yeah,
was on
yeah,
AEW one
yeah,
week, then
yeah,
the
yeah.
next week she popped up on NXT.
Yeah. That was crazy because she had that match
That
with
was man, that was
Mercedes,
wow.
and
Yeah.
then she just so happened to get signed by WWE. So
Hmm.
that's crazy. Um, but seeing not LeBron, seeing Bishop Dyer come back, and then them facing off again like the skyscrapers, Josh Bishop, Donovan Dijak, and Bishop Dyer versus Contra Merce, which was Mad School Kruger and the Good Brothers. This was a good match. It was a lot
Yeah.
of this was a lot of chaos everywhere. Um, I'm I I, I am convinced at this point that Blood and Thunder is going to be some sort of 4-on-4 sort of match
Mm.
they're
Okay.
going to have with the skyscrapers and some other team that we haven't even known about yet, and that's where we're gonna have like them versus Contra Mercs. They got to obviously have to find a female member so that way Shotzi can be in the match. But
Yeah.
I can see them have like a 4-on-4 sort of match, or like a 5-on-5, something like that.
Mm. Yeah, I can see that. Um, it seemed like it's, I really wonder how far back this taping was because it's just the fact that we're seeing this man Bishop and it's like he's back up in there like he never left or never lost anything or like he ain't have nowhere to go. But yeah, I don't know, man. I'm curious to see what they're gonna do with him.
Yeah, I just read that Josh Bishop also had a WWE tryout this week.
Yeah.
So we might even see him be jumping ship soon.
Oh man,
Maybe on
everybody's looking
NXT. He
digest.
kind of looks like Sid Vicious to me.
He does.
A
Like I
lot of
thought it
people
was
have
The
that
said
hair
that.
and
kid.
the
I was
build.
like, is
A
this Sid? I had
lot
to
of
go
people say that,
Google.
Ari.
I had
Yeah,
to go Google
okay.
it because I was like, is this Sid Vicious' son? Because he looks like almost.
He looks just like him.
He looks
Yeah.
just like him. And I like the scorpions on his gear and the kind of like the Sting tribute to on his gear. Even the finishing move. So I like Josh Bishop, and if he does sign with WWE, then great. I mean, that's great for him, and hopefully he gets utilized really good, especially him being on NXT. If he ever shows up at NXT, because I'm pretty sure that's what he'll start out at, and climb the ranks, and I can see him be an NXT champion. But if it don't work out, MLW is a great spot. He could be MLW World Champion, or he can even go over to AEW maybe. Get some big
Come
men
on.
over there.
Yeah.
But MLW would be great. I mean, MLW is not a bad spot for a lot of wrestlers, especially some of these releases
No.
we've seen. I mean,
Yeah. And
it's-
honestly, I think maybe somebody has said it. Maybe I don't know, but I honestly think if they keep going the way they're going within a year or two, they can move TNA from that slot.
ooh, maybe.
Yeah. I
I mean,
think
Ooh,
yeah.
that's a good hot take, Eric.
man,
That's a
Yeah,
that's
bro.
good hot
man.
take, sir.
See, so I like TNA.
Mm-hmm.
And it's gotten a lot better the past couple weeks. I don't know if y'all watched it,
Really?
but to me,
Oh
it's
no! Now I'm about to tune back in now.
since
'Cause
they
I
have
ain't gonna lie,
gotten
the
new
last few weeks
since
have
they
been
got a new creative
nice.
team, it has, in my opinion, gotten a lot better the past 2 weeks alone. And it's
Okay.
we just started, so let's see how it goes here. How long they stay consistent, and also what happens. Some of these other stars leave, like Leon Slater here soon, and some others, especially Leon Slater. I mean, that'd be a big blow to them, in my opinion. That'd be a big blow. Because he is the future of professional wrestling, whether he stays at TNA or he jumps to WWE or AEW. He's the future star in the company, and
Mhm.
I can see him shining better in AEW. I can see him having a good ride in WWE, but eventually he'll just get lost in the shuffle and
Exactly.
kind of buried, so to speak.
Yeah.
There's no shade at WWE, but they really love their big guys. They love their big
Yeah.
guys. Tony Khan loves the technical wrestlers
Actual
and the high
wrestlers,
flying,
yeah.
and
Mm-hmm.
but WWE they love their big guys. So I mean, you kind of see that with both companies,
Yeah.
and I think I would say TNA is kind of like in the middle because they have a blend and a good blend of both. And so if they can hang on to Leon, that'd be great. I could see him being a great TNA World Champion. But if not, well, we'll see where they go. MLW would be a bad spot either. MLW
Yep.
would be a bad spot either. But money
Most
talks. Money
definitely.
talks. So,
Yep. So I'm gonna give this match an 8.5 out of 10 lightning bolts. And then we're gonna get into our predictions for the next week. So we did have some announcements for the next week for MLW Fusion. We saw that Tay Long will be coming back to
Yeah.
he'll be in South Carolina for next week's show. We saw the Kojima and Killer Cross contract signing will be happening. I'm really expecting that we will see a lot of CMLL talent next week.
we might see a lot of tag team matches next week.
I'm gonna be
Yes,
mad seeing
yes,
Stephanie for real.
yes.
Stay long.
I'll see Stephanie.
Yes, yes, yes.
I like Teddy Long. He'd
So
be a great manager
I
for
do,
MLW.
Yeah,
I
I
do.
agree.
I I think that I think that I think that Tilo
That
honestly
promo.
could work well on the Indies, but um, I'm expecting Killer Cross and Kojima to have an all around good contract signing.
Yeah.
Um, I think that they'll also let's see. I just think we're gonna have just a great week for Fantastic Mania coming up, and obviously, but I know there's probably gonna be a good pay per view. I'm hoping that we see some good matches from that, and also from Fightland that's gonna be in 9 weeks as well. So what you guys' closing thoughts, and what do you guys think was gonna happen within the next few weeks
Mm,
for MLW?
I'm not gonna lie. I feel like these next few weeks are really gonna be some bangers, man. Because I feel like them doing this work with CMLL and New Japan, I feel like this is a big, big step for them in the right direction, where they need to go. I also think too. How long is this? That's supposed to be what, like 2, 3 hours? I would assume.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. That's what's needed. If they're gonna do something like this, it's got to be at least 2, 3 hours, and I'm all for it. I'm ready to see those guys go and gals.
What do you think, Aaron?
Yeah. The contract signing is going to be really good. I'm interested in what's going to happen with Teddy Long, and what's going to happen with the women's world title picture as well, since we have a three-way match announced, and even with the Southern Crown Championship, we'll see what happens with that. I really love that title, so really hope they keep putting that title on every week, which I'm sure they will here soon.
Yeah.
But MLW, yeah, they're going to be pretty good these next coming weeks, and I don't mind pre-tape shows, but they also kind of like, I don't know. I'm
Spoil
not a
that.
fan of, like, I see the pros and cons.
Mhm.
Um, same thing about AWA. They pre-tape a lot, and like the show I went to back in April, it didn't air until like May. So I
Hmm.
had to hold off sharing all the fun and everything that I went and took pictures with until because I didn't want to ruin anything. I was going to be like that. So I could have just thrown them all out there, but I was like, no, I ain't going to do that. That's not going to be cool. I don't like that. But pre-tape shows, I see the pros and cons, especially from a business standpoint and from their side of it. But as a fan watching, it's like what we saw with Bishop Dyer, Barry Corbin. He showed up on a live SmackDown a week ago, and then also he's back on MLW in a six-man tag match. So we're going to see more of him on MLW. Was this it? So I'm kind of curious where that goes. Will we see more the last few remaining of Bishop Dyer here in the next few weeks on MLW, or was this it with this tag team match? So pre-tape shows are pros and cons. So
Yeah.
I'm hoping soon they'll be doing live shows, and we'll have live, especially if they get a TV deal. Hopefully this will work up to a TV
Yeah.
deal. I like YouTube, I really do. Or maybe they can show up in my AEW. Maybe that could be a great spot.
Yeah.
Because my AEW is getting more and more and more. Which I gotta check out Maple Leaf from last week.
Yes, yes.
That's good.
Check that.
That now that y'all might see a Future Shock episode about about Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling as well, because
Oh yeah.
This is what I'm hoping
so be
for
on the
next year
lookout.
for Forbidden Door. All right. I love the New Japan. I love Stardom, CMLL. Let's get New Japan, CMLL, MLW, Red Pro. Let's make this like a big Forbidden. Let's make Forbidden Door really, really big, where we have all these cross promotions, especially when you
Yes,
partnerships with one of them. You can get some MLW wrestlers. Heck, MLW World Champion on Forbidden Door. MLW World Champion versus
yes,
AEW World Champion. I would love to see
yes,
the Devil Killer Cross versus the Devil MJF when he wins the world title back.
yes.
There's so many dream matches you can do there, and if I would hope Tony Khan would listen and we get this big, like Maple Leaf, MLW, Stardom, uh, and New Japan, went blank there for a second, CMLL, and of course AEW have all these big dream matches, and I mean it's already about 3 4 hour pay per view anyway. We can do it, just really have all these big cross promotional dream matches. There has to be no titles on the line. We could have champ versus champ. It could be like a really big, like Survivor Series type pay per view where we
Yeah,
always have
that'd
Raw
be dope.
versus SmackDown. Just will be a big
Hmm.
forbidden door where we have MLW and all these other promotions that were they're partnered with AEW. So hopefully Tony Khan will hear this idea and take into consideration because I think Forbidden Door can be much bigger than what it is now if he can just get all these companies he's partnered with onto the show.
Yeah, man, most definitely. I can definitely see a bigger version of Forbidden Door coming. Especially with a certain other company blocking another blocking AEW's usage of their different cities and stuff like that during WrestleMania weekend because they have already talked about what they're gonna do
That would be
for
a great time
WrestleMania.
to do
So
Forbidden Door next year.
so
Just right there
I'm
during Mania week.
yes.
Yep.
Like, cause see the the idea I floated around with Cam Lewis, a great friend of ours. I told him that we could possibly see maybe something really big happening for Revolution. I
Possibly.
think that
Mmm.
so I think that for Revolution there's gonna be some sort of crossover effect. Like
Mm-hmm.
I I I don't think that Tony sees this opportunity. He's gonna be like, well, what can I do? I'm like, well, you know what you can do. You can bring in these different people and maybe do something really, really big for Revolution. I think Revolution is probably gonna have some very big surprises.
That'd be a good show to do during Mania week as well. And put on a big show that weekend. So it'd be a perfect time to do it, especially going filling out a big arena. So hopefully so. Hopefully AEW comes back in my area again. I could go to a show. Been AEW deprived these past few months.
Yeah. See, I went to my first AW event back in December of last year for Winter is Coming. I saw Eddie Kingston versus Samoa Joe in the main event. One of my favorite events that I ever saw, like in terms of wrestling. Like that was just fun. So I'm hoping that they come back to Atlanta sometime soon.
Oh yeah.
Um,
I'm hoping
but
I could attend an MLW show too.
yeah,
This year, definitely next year.
yeah, yep, that would be dope. But thank you guys for tuning in to the Fish Shock Wrestling Podcast. Don't forget to check out Pop Mania, and use my code Power Surge 77 to play the game. Thank you, Cam, for being our sponsor. Also, go check out S Got Bars LLC. He is the person who made our song for the Future Shock Wrestling theme song. However, guys, I know that we couldn't play it today, but you'll hear it again very, very soon. Um, and we also don't forget, guys, we have an indie spotlight next week. I mean, not next week, tomorrow. I mean, we have in spotlight tomorrow with brother Eric Knight. It's gonna be our special guest for Indie Spotlight on tomorrow at 4 o'clock. So please set your alarms for that. Also, we will be having Cam Lewis on July the 26th. He's gonna be joining us. I hope one day to have brother Aaron to come on and be a guest on the Indie Spotlight as well to talk about his story. So we're gonna talk about that as well. We're gonna get that in the works.
Heck yeah,
But
I'm down.
yes, sir. But thank you guys for tuning in today. Continue to plug into the Power Surge. And I must bid you adieu. Good night. All right.